In this video, we're going to look at integrating Postgres into our Vapor application. The first thing you're going to want to do is use the Homebrew command line tool to install Postgres. Once Postgres has completed the installation process, go ahead and make sure to run the server and then use the PostgreSQL command line tool to create our database, create our user, and grant that user privileges it needs to have access to that database. Next, open up the package.swift file and replace the lines including the SQLite dependencies with PostgreSQL dependencies. It will be both in the dependencies as well as targets property under the package. Now that we've updated the package file, let's go ahead and update the dependencies and download those, as well as update our Xcode project. Go ahead and open your Xcode project, and we're going to update all the references from SQLite to Postgres. So in the configure.swift file, we change the line for import fluent SQLite to import fluent PostgreSQL. Next, we're going to change the provider that we register to the PostgreSQL provider for Fluent. Next, we're going to want to configure the connection to the database. So we're using the hostname localhost, which is the machine we've installed it on, and then the username that we've set up, and then the database, which is going to share the same name as the username. That's the default parameter for the configuration. And then last here, we're changing the creation of the table or the migration config to use Postgres. And then here, we're going to update the model from the Fluent SQLite model to the Fluent's PostgreSQL model. And that should be the only two lines we have to change in the to-do Swift file. Next, we'll look at how to deploy our application to Heroku.